gentlemen, we are back on a Saturday night. JBonez has made the thumbnail. JBonez is in the building. JBonez, we are about to rattle off a 5-0 absolute barn burner of a week. Everybody get your notepads out. I'm back from Buffalo. JBonez, Ohio State fan, sitting pretty now that everybody keeps losing in college football, correct?
Correct. Down goes Georgia. Indiana, 10-0. Not bad, right?
Rank them. Rank them higher. Hashtag rank them higher.
I don't like the rankings. I think it's very stupid to have rankings. It's frustrating because the rules give the automatic qualifier. So, like, the 9 seed jumps up to the 4, and then, like, Ohio State has a 2 next to its name, but there are 5 seed. It's very weird. I don't know why we're doing rankings.
Well, they do rankings for the SEC so that they can prop up LSU, who stinks.
Yes, true.
And then Alabama beats them. They can be like, look, Alabama beat number 15, guys. Beat number 15. Let's put them up a little bit. Let's make them maybe jump a one-loss team. All that nonsense.
There's a doomsday scenario where the SEC has like 6, 10, and 2 teams.
Oh, my gosh.
Very, like, not hard to get there either.
And right? I mean, 12-team playoff, and the SEC would be like, oh, well, we have 6 teams with 2 losses now. And it's like, great. You do that every year, and you're still only getting 4 in. So get over it.
I have said since the beginning when I wasn't a fan of a 12-team playoff that all 12-team playoff was going to do was open the door for the same blue bloods that have been winning for the last 10 years to have more chances to sneak in and know how to win a playoff game. So have fun. Although, Colorado, hungry dog, they're coming.
They could win the Big 12.
Just beat those soaking BYUers.
BYU is locked up in a dogfight right now. You don't want to play Utah at night.
No, Provo, yeah.
No.
BYU's got like 30-year-old Mormons, though, so it equalizes it.
Very much. Well, it might be too late for them. I can't imagine playing football right now. We're talking into microphones. I want some dude running at me.
Did you hear that guitar riff? The little theme song here?
Wait, where?
On your little podcast. You got that guitar riff. I'm ready to.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Bride Daddy says, will we be riding with Russ?
Maybe.
Stay tuned.
You didn't find out.
BMO says the boys are buzzing. Yes, they are.
That's how you keep people around.
And Heavy Steps is here. What's up, Heavy Steps? Come on.
A little trivia. Kick it off.
Yes, please.
All right. Who has the longest active home game winning streak in the NFL?
Can I guess right now?
Go ahead.
Longest active home winning streak. Is it Philly?
Let's let the comment section fill up and see if anyone gets it first.
I like that.
Got to drive engagement, AK. I got to drive that. You can't just give it away.
I will throw out an answer, which is probably hilariously wrong, and then somebody else will get it right in the chat. Okay. This is from last week. We have week 10 up. Oh, Heavy Steps. I have sciatic issues, and it sucks. What should I be doing? Leg is numb and spasms. I will send you a message on what you should be doing. But just know that if you have nerve pain going down your leg, if it's irritated, it's going to suck for a little while. So don't go crazy. Don't be getting crazy on me, Steps.
You got to go up to Canada and get some of those Tylenols with the dirt in there. What about them dirt?
Canada, you can't win a Stanley Cup. In your face.
Too soon. I had Edmonton in the future last year.
Connor McDavid, not clutch. No clutch gene.
No, he stinks.
Agreed. Bum. More like Edmund Bumpton. Edmund Bum? No. Here's what we did last week. 3-2. We got to break that. We are winning. So I think it said in the thing, it said 19-16. So not winning this contest, but still profitable. So depending on your perspective. JBot talked me into taking the Denver Broncos at plus 9.5 against the Ravens last week while we were in Buffalo.
I had it. I mean, Ravens short week coming up, look ahead spot, Denver defense. He was onto something. I think it just kind of got away from him before half, and rest is history. Remember those Broncos. We'll come back to them later too.
I like Broncos. Cowboys, Falcons. Yes, this was an absolute lock of the century because the Cowboys suck on all fronts.
Dead.
Looking back now, it was an absolute. Let's pay our quarterback $60 million, and then he rips the hamstring off the bone. Dead. They're for a while. I mean, this is the long term. And then we took the Browns plus 1.5. Dead. We missed the Jameis magic off the first one.
Yep. That is a very short half-life.
And then we redeemed ourselves by a little Cardinals minus 2.5 because the Bears are fraudulent.
Well, how about Kyler Murray on Black Ops weekend? Let's throw it up to our Black Ops friends in the comment section. I mean,
very true.
Kyler still got it, baby.
I mean, Caleb Williams is so bad his own teammates are walking off the field in the middle of the play.
I mean, I don't want to say I told you so, but like blind resume, Caleb Williams looks exactly like Justin Fields did last year on the Bears.
Yes, he does.
Just saying. They could have drafted Marvin Harrison.
Ooh, BMO, good question. I'm having trouble keeping it up. How do I keep it up better? Definitely, you're definitely going to want to do eat cayenne pepper. Just rub it all over down there.
Wife will love that. It's like wing that gets away from you and you forget 6 hours later you were knuckle deep in mango habanero.
Under the fingernails and under the cuticles.
Yeah, it's still there.
Brutal.
No wet wipes can solve that problem.
And the Rams minus 2.5 because Seattle's the
good first half team. Good first half.
Geno Smith leading the league in passing, right?
Geno Smith
passing yards.
Threw a 107-yard touchdown to the Rams.
He's throwing Oprah balls out there. You get one. You get one. You get a touchdown.
It looked like he meant to hit square and he hit circle and paid for it.
So there you go. We almost nailed the passing between the Buccaneers and the Chiefs, though. Not bad. Actually, no. That was like 100 yards off. Never mind. Before we get going.
Translate to Canadian dollars. You're good.
Before we get going to this week's contest, any words of advice? How are we gonna right the ship? We're gonna pick winners. That's what we're gonna do.
Black Ops weekend. Told you. No soldier left behind. They're here with us. They're riding.
Right. You ready? Let's bring up week 10. Here we go. Right to the board immediately.
Oh wow. Are we cooking
Nothing
with Russ?
picked yet. This is the game of the week. You've got Pittsburgh and their AFC North leading football team, not the Ravens, contrary to popular belief, even though people want to crown the Ravens Super Bowl champs, even though their defense sucks. At the darling of the NFL, the Washington Commanders, and their new superstar, Jaden Daniels. They are 7-2. Now, I don't know what to do about this, and I don't really want to pick it, but I'll open the floor to you. If I had to pick, Mike Tomlin is really good against rookie quarterbacks. That's all I know.
26-6.
That's a segue, baby.
That's where you start. You know, Johnny Public says the Steelers, oh man, Tomlin's going to talk him up. As a dog, you like backing Tomlin as a dog. 26-6 against rookie quarterbacks. Don't forget the Steelers added a washed up Mike Williams for those moon balls down the sidelines to him. I think the Steelers have a lot of success running on their defense, but I think that their defense has some phoniness to the numbers. You look at the offenses they played so far, the Falcons, Broncos, Chargers, Colts, Cowboys. Stop me when any of these sound remotely good. Cowboys, Raiders, the Jets. Jets are putting things together now, but they certainly weren't the time they did. The Steelers have used the second highest rate of cover 3 this year. And don't you know, our boy Jaden carves up cover 3, number 2 in EPA per dropback, has a top 5 in success rate and completion rate. He pushes the ball down the field, finds the soft spots in that cover 3. I said it a month ago when they gave the Bengals fits on Monday night. It kind of just felt like we're just going to ride this Commanders wave. and it's a big wave. It's kind of like the red wave that hit the country this week. The Commanders, you go back to the year 2000.
Commanders in chief.
The Commanders in chief. Go back to the year 2000. The Commanders are number one in percentage of drives getting to the red zone, 48.8%. You look at the other teams on this list, it's teams like the 2018 Rams, 2007 undefeated Patriots, Peyton Manning's Colts in 06 and 07, 2018 the Chiefs, 2021 the champion Rams. They're number one in yards per drive, 42.5. They're number one in percent of drives to score, 60.7%. All while you rank them against the teams of average starting position, they're 188th. So not just getting favorable position with the new rules, they're working the ball down the field. They're matriculating the ball.
Matriculated.
We've heard Mike Tomlin say that they may have some things cooked up. Obviously, they use a ton of cover three. Maybe the trick is they're not going to come out in cover three and give Jay Daniels some fits. I think that if the Steelers do their homework, they will see that the Commanders can be attacked in the passing game in heavy personnel. So bring those two tight ends out. Think an opportunity for a Darnell Washington touchdown at plus 1,100 could be an opportunity here.
Yes.
But all that
Big
being
sloppy.
said, we could have a look-ahead spot. We got the Eagles. We got the Commanders. Thursday Night Football. 2 weeks in a row, some divisional awesome matchups, but Commanders win this thing. Steelers may keep it close, but the Commanders, they'll make it happen.
He says, let Russ cook. Watt's going to be on that ass. I don't know. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, maybe.
This is also what? Don't the Steelers play the Ravens next?
They have a hell of a ride coming up. I mean, the Ravens are on there twice. The Chiefs are on there on Christmas. The Eagles are sprinkled in there. I saw TJ Watt. If things work out and the Steelers find their way to the Super Bowl, TJ Watt may have to miss the game due to a childbirth.
Oh, yes.
That is the most TJ Watt thing that could ever happen.
Oh, look at what the NFL
sitting out
did
when they needed the most. Could have used him against the Cowboys on that last drive.
Look at
Where was he then?
Oh, was he not on the field?
Thinking deck. I didn't see him. Cowboys went right down the field and scored a game-winning touchdown. Now, granted, it was like 2 a.m. here in Pittsburgh because a little lightning hit, but
cowards.
When the lights are brightest, TJ Watt is smallest.
I remember Sweet Home Alabama. The guy stuck a lightning rod in the sand and made millions of dollars. Steelers are running scared. Steelers versus Commanders. Then next week, Ravens at the Steelers. So this is
another look both way. Look at who's looking ahead more.
This is the who's looking ahead more game.
Yeah.
Love the Steelers this week.
Johnny Public's loving them Steelers. I like the Commanders even more.
Okay.
I feel like Jon Snow. Got my sword out.
Ooh, here you go. Let's give a little. Side Duck says, it's true that universities in the USA are expensive. I am a foreigner and I would like to study there. Would you recommend that I migrate?
Legally, of course.
Yes. And don't do it during the winter. You definitely want to migrate before then. Because you're a duck. Yes, Side Duck. Shout out Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Next. So we like Washington. Is that lock or no?
Well, we put them in and then we come back and we take them off.
Yes. So we lock Washington.
Yes.
Next, the Niners at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the NFL has been on an 8-week, 9-week bye, and I hope the rest of the NFL has enjoyed that because Christian McCaffrey's back, Dre Greenlaw's coming back, Juwan Jennings is coming back. The 49ers are about to be as healthy as they've been in quite some time, and I feel bad for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Disregard the hat that I'm wearing. Baker Mayfield down all of his weapons. They have 3 running backs. You know what they say about running backs. If you have 3 of them, you have none. So maybe that's quarterbacks, but who cares? JBonez. Tell me I'm wrong. Niners by $1 billion.
Won't do it. I want you to come with me, get in a time machine. I want you and me to go back to 2023. Remember that?
Yep.
49ers came off 3 ugly losses in a row. They're leaking oil. They go into the bye. Get a little bit healthy. They come out. They fly across the country. They go to Florida, play the Jacksonville Jaguars, blow their doors off 34-3.
Yep.
We're back, baby. We had the bye last week. We're going to Florida this week. We're going to blow the doors off. For many weeks, I've told you who's going to kill your teaser. I'm going to go the other way. We're going to gas up a teaser here, and we're going to give points back. We're going to make the 49ers double-digit favorites. We're going to take the points with that. We're going to add it with the Giants, who's not on the contest. Put the Giants on from Germany, another double-digit win. and we'll talk about piece 3 of that parlay later. But that 49ers are going to absolutely murder the Bucks. You should probably put a warrant out for their arrest because it's going to be bloody.
You didn't even mention CMC being back.
All things have already been factored into that. It's just, it's the worst case scenario. I will say this. Tampa Bay needs to be looked into. There is some gambling going on in that coaching staff. We saw Mike Williams and Chris Godwin die on Monday Night Football a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
We saw them have an opportunity to take the lead against the Chiefs late in the game Monday Night Football. You go for 2. You're playing the Chiefs. You don't let it get to a coin toss. You
100%.
go for 2. Ask the Bills how much time the Chiefs need to get a field. Go for 2, win the game, go from there. Now, if they would have gone for 2, regardless of if they would have got it or not, it would have destroyed every teaser in America waiting on that Chiefs tease down. So I think Todd Bowles had the Chiefs in a teaser. He's on Monday Night Football. He knows where he's betting. He's trying to get that backdoor cover 3 weeks ago when he cost his wide receiver his leg. This week, Todd Bowles was taking the Chiefs teaser and didn't want to mess with that spread. Wanted to be a nice even ending. So let's just get me an investigation and just make sure for sure that Todd Bowles isn't a Pete Rose of his time.
So, somebody also asked me, they're like, "Hey, what do you think about CMC? Is Shanahan going to play him or what?" And I was like, "Have you seen Shanahan use CMC?" I was like, "If CMC is out there, he's not coming off the field. Period." I was like, "He has no idea how not to use Christian McCaffrey."
Kyle Shanahan's an offensive coordinator somewhere if it's not for Christian McCaffrey.
That's a bold statement, but I like it. That's a hot take. We like hot takes on this show. Falcons at the Saints. Man, do the Saints suck. They traded away Lattimore. The Falcons appear to be hitting their stride, but divisional game, the Falcons and Kirk Cousins known to the Falcons are who's the team that I said that you just keep it? The Jags are the new Falcons because the Jags are like they have all the pieces and they just keep losing. But the Falcons are also the same Falcons. And if you bet on them in this spot, I guarantee you that the Saints are going to win this game.
Well, let me tell you this, 82% of the public is on the Falcons. We have an interim coach game, don't forget. Saints fired Dennis Allen. It's one of the first things you learn in gambling school. You got interim coach energy. You ride that wave. Now, what makes me nervous about that? Derek Carr tried to murder Chris Olave last week, and it pissed off a lot of people, including former teammate Michael Thomas. I don't know if Michael Thomas has the ear of people in the locker room who have already been bitching about Derek Carr. Do that with him? Are they against him? Attempted murder? We'll know early if the Saints have quit or not. They did play already this year. Younghoe Koo, field goal late in the fourth quarter to win that game. Let's make it a field goal game. Falcons win by a field goal, but Saints cover the number. Hey, what do you think of that?
I agree. Yes. I mean, I don't really want to bet on it, but I would take the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay. Denver at the Chiefs. Now, little birdie told me, no, wait, I read something that said the Chiefs keep on winning because the Bengals keep losing, and the Bengals are the Chiefs' kryptonite. And I responded to Pro Football Talk. That's what it was. It was Pro Football Talk who put this out. I said, if you want to play that game, would the Chiefs not throw this game because the Broncos are the 7 seed? And if they lose this game, the Bengals are then 1 game back. So will they lose to win later is the question.
Well, so you just I just had a deja vu moment here because Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. Look at that. Don't forget. So 2 weeks ago, I looked at the standings. I went, oh, shoot, the Broncos are kind of good. They're going to sneak in and be a playoff team. And a first-time quarterback you bet against. I'm like, who would they match up? Oh, my God, they're going to match up against the Ravens. Like, I can't wait to be January, Martin Luther King weekend, and just be hammering the Ravens to absolutely murder the Broncos in the first round of the playoffs. And then somehow I get to a game in November. Daylight savings time is clouded my memory. And I took the Broncos against these. The Broncos and Chiefs have a history. The Chiefs absolutely bludgeoned them 16 straight times. The Broncos finally stole one last year. I think they have a good defense. I think their offense is maybe capable of some ground and pound, keep it close. But I also know one thing tried and true. The Chiefs don't blow out anyone right now.
Facts.
Keep it close. They get their phantom pass interference at the end. They get a turnover that probably shouldn't be a turnover. Some kind of chicanery, magic, whatever.
Yep.
Chiefs scrape out a win. Now, DeAndre Hopkins looks very good. And he caught 2 touchdowns on Monday Night Football. He's clearly got something going. He's made it easier for Travis Kelce to get some targets, get some points. Maybe this is starting to come together. Still question marks in the run game. If all else fails, trust the team that can run the ball. Broncos have a nice little running back. Maybe you've heard of him. Keep it close, at least cover.
Yes. They're smart too, because for the past 2 weeks they've had this number at 9.5.
They're just blindly throwing 9s out to the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
They don't even look at who they're playing. They're just at 9.
And they can't seem to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that Florio stat out there about he's trying to play 3D level chess and we're going to play 6D level, and be like, if you want to play that game, then the Chiefs should lose this game, because if the Chiefs lose, or if the Chiefs lose and the Broncos win, that puts another game between the Broncos and the Bengals. So if the Chiefs lose this game, just remember that this little nugget right here, that if the Chiefs lose, we can credit it to the long con to keep the Bengals out of the playoffs, since that's what everybody's worried about.
The Chiefs are going to lose to the Bills in the regular season. The Bills are going to get their chest really puffy and then choke in the playoffs.
Yes. That's exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully we're going to be at that game.
What do you do if you're the Chiefs? Do you want to go undefeated? Do you want to be like the 07 Patriots and carry all that weight into the playoffs? Or do you want to be like Peyton Manning when he would blow a game and not play in week 17 and get that loss out of the way, clear your mind, full hearts, playoff time?
I think they want to. I don't know if they want to, but I know the NFL wants them to. The NFL would love nothing more than for them to keep. The NFL wants nothing more than Lamar, Mahomes in the AFC Championship. Period.
Yeah, but they got some weird scheduling coming up. Like that game on Christmas is a Wednesday.
Love it. Give it to me.
Very weird.
Maction. They should. You know what they should do?
Yeah, Netflix.
They should wear Maction. They should wear Mac jerseys. Mid-Atlantic
Sure.
Conference jerseys.
Oh man, there's got to be a DEI hire at Nike. They could whip that up real quick, right?
Instead of Color Rush, be like, in honor of Mac.
Yeah.
In honor of Maction, we're gonna wear Bowling Green versus Toledo. Yeah, that'll blow your mind. Okay, what is BMO saying? Is JBonez more physical therapy than AK standing desk, better posture, out chessing you at checkers? I can't disagree with that. Standing desk is a good move. Standing desk is a good move. Look at him, he's just ripping
Uncle Rico over here.
Cover 2 hole shots. I don't like that one. Minnesota at Jacksonville. Dude, I'm just going to click it. This is going to be
92% of the world's on Minnesota too. It smells silly to me. Backup quarterback. Okay.
Maxonville.
Work with me.
Okay, let me click it off. I just had to do that.
Backup quarterback. I said this. What game was it? There's a notable starting quarterback that was missing action. I said, what do teams do when their backup quarterback is in? They pound the rock. The best we've seen the Jags look in the last month is when they let Tanks Bigsby pound the rock in London.
Yep.
Mac Jones handed off the Tank and let him do his thing. Too many people are on the Vikings. It's this weird situation where the Vikings lost that first game and then they lost another game. They bounced back against the Colts last week in just an awful Sunday night game. So people are starting to feel for the Vikings again. I don't know, Jim. Too many people are on it for me to feel comfortable putting it on the list.
Minnesota's pass defense is atrocious, by the way. It's like 32nd.
Justin Jefferson has scored a touchdown. I love it. He hasn't
Okay.
scored in a while.
That we can agree on.
Did you see DraftKings earnings report?
No.
So we talk about the public, right? According to their earnings release, DraftKings is revising its fiscal 2024 revenue guidance due to the impact of customer-friendly sport outcomes.
Wait,
Johnny Public's rolling up DraftKings.
Yes.
Customer-friendly sport out. Yeah, the public knows what they're doing now.
That's a great
Not
way
just a
to
bunch of
put it.
idiots in the desert.
I love that. Okay. Buffalo at Colts trap game. Who the hell is playing quarterback for the Colts? Who is it?
Well, first of all, let's give credit where credit is due. Tyler Bass figured out how to make a clutch kick.
We were there.
Longest field goal in Bills history. Never a doubt.
Man, that was so much fun. I was so happy for that guy.
Have you
That's what
looked at the
I
Colts schedule lately?
No.
Every single game, one score point differential.
Whoa.
One score game. Last week was 8. Still one score game. Something weird happened on Sunday Night Football if you watched it, which I'm sure you didn't. They went with Joe Flacco, who weeks ago I said if it's Flacco, you take him. If it's Anthony Richard, you fade him. Jonathan Taylor's efficiency dropped 25% with Joe Flacco quarterback. They did this weird thing where they were just first down, run, second down, run, third down, long pass, punt. And they never really revised it. And I know Shane Steichen is much smarter than that. So I think they come into this with a little bit better game plan. The issue here, I heard trap game mentioned in the comments. Josh Allen has his success versus man coverage.
Oh,
Colts
yes,
only use man 14% of the time. Every single one of Josh Allen's touchdowns this season has been versus man coverage. And his rush attempts are down. I keep taking him in this parlay. Josh Allen scored a touchdown. He scored one last week. There was a holding. Still haven't seen it. Waiting, looking. That was a phantom holding, but it kept him out of the end zone. 2.2 completed air yards per pass last week. Amari Cooper still ouchie. Coleman's still ouchie. I don't really know the targets. I know the public's at 75%. I lose. Colts plus 3.5. Thinking it. I'm thinking it hard.
Can't lose. This is a must win. Is this must win for the Colts?
Kind of kitchen sink game already.
I mean, you hate to be that way at week 10, but at some
Oh,
point you got
3.5 now. It's 3.5 earlier. Yeah, man. I think Bills feel good. They're feeling themselves. You get those walk-off wins, those late wins. Next week, you got to be just a little bit nervous about.
They're down. They're thin at a very thin. They were a position that they were thin earlier at receiver. Coleman and Cooper. I mean, they're trotting out Jalen Virgil, App State guy.
Nice.
Mac Hollins, obviously
Backpack
hero
guy.
last week.
Yep.
A
lot of connections. North Carolina Bills represent.
That's what I'm saying. They're App State North. So, all right. Patriots at the Bears. I have been betting against against the Bears for like 2 months now because Caleb Williams sucks. I never believed in him, so obviously.
No, we have eyeballs. We saw him crying in the crowd. We just knew that moment he was dead.
Which he has no idea how to stay in the pocket. Like he is bailing on the like there's dudes running open. I was watching the all 22. I said this on our show, I think Wednesday. I was like, I watched the all 22 for like 15 minutes with Chase Daniels doing a breakdown. I'm like, there's dudes running open everywhere. He just won't throw it. Like he pats the ball, starts backpedaling, rolls around, runs around, and throws like a sidearm, whirling dervish down the field for 15 yards. But that happens once every 10 plays. Like
it was easy to be sustainable in college with that kind of approach, but the Bears didn't do right by him either. They could have hired Cliff Kingsbury, who had the history with him at USC, and didn't want to pay him. They could have brought in a real offensive coordinator. Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator that was with Justin Fields last year, he's already been fired by the Raiders. So the Bears just don't know how to get the offensive coordinator hire right. That's why I hate hiring a defensive-minded coach when you're trying to find a young quarterback and groom him. It works for the Commanders because they went out and got Cliff Kingsbury. But it doesn't work when you're, Matt Eberflus and don't really have a guy that can mentor your quarterback. We saw McDermott worked with Josh Allen because they had Brian Dable. Didn't work so well when it was Ken Dorsey. Now they got a real offensive coordinator back in the seat. Josh Allen, MVP season. Let's circle back to my trivia question. The longest home winning streak is currently held by the Bears.
No, what? Dude, we're not betting the Bears. Not on this show.
The Patriots are very bad. Patriots are very bad.
But it's Drake May.
Very bad. Who looks cool when he runs.
This is, did we make a mistake game?
Is Caleb Williams going to go 0-2 to the guys that went 2-3?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, man. Imagine if that Hail Mary doesn't happen.
If
the team doesn't quit and not practice for the game against the Cardinals, which they've already admitted they just didn't wake up. Is Eberflus the next coach to go?
We've already had two defensive coaches fired. Will he be the third defensive coach? Salah and
Which was a terrible firing. That's proven.
stupid. Yes.
Dennis Allen, Derek Carr got him fired twice. I saw Big Cat on Ryan
That guy
Russillo.
sucks. He sucks.
He's not good. Big Cat on Ryan Russillo calls for the Bears to hire Lincoln Riley. USC would then hire James Franklin. Penn State would then go after Signetti. So Penn State stays about the same, maybe gets better. USC's been flirting with Franklin for forever. They'll stay average, right where they like to be. And the Bears will still stink. Lincoln Riley.
That would be disastrous if Lincoln.
It's like a disaster, desperate. Let's go for it. Higher.
They could have had Harbaugh.
I don't know if it would have worked. I don't know if that would have worked.
Hmm.
Listen. If they would have hired Harbaugh, they may have not gotten rid of Justin Fields, kept him, and just goosed up the line, get Marvin Harrison, and get the tackle that they got at the Chargers, Joe Alt.
I feel like they would have been fine doing that. They would have been much better off.
Just pound rock. Just run good old fashioned pound rock. Everyone's pounding rock.
They should do that tomorrow because the Patriots' run defense is atrocious. So for all you DraftKings,
that's
DFS,
another one. Jared Mayo sucks.
Yes.
Gerard Mayo, he sucks. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know when to call timeouts. He doesn't know. You listen to Boston people; they're not happy with him, and he had the job 5 years ago. So he's like a nepotism hire. There's no chance. No Bears get right tomorrow. You don't go into Soldier Field and win.
You want me to click this button?
I don't know if I want you to click it per se.
Okay, yeah,
contest, but if you're
I don't do that. I don't trust
Caleb teaser in tomorrow. I'm saying the Bears are the Bears.
I don't trust Caleb Williams ever at any point.
Okay. Standard is a standard, AK.
I cannot stand Caleb Williams. I don't trust him. He hasn't scored a touchdown in like 6 quarters.
Hey, look, we got a segue again.
Speaking of Harbaugh, hosting. Oh, man. Will Levis is back. They've been pumping out the Mayo commercials. Will Levis on the greatest heater this side of the Mississippi we've ever seen in the NFL with 6 consecutive viral photos from a game shot. Can he make it 7? He's missed 2 weeks. I think he's the most. He's our new Jameis. He's good enough.
Oh no. We have Jameis. Jameis is still Jameis.
But he's past the torch game. We gotta have Will Levis. I think needs to be in consideration as our next guy who's like, wow. Sometimes he'll do great things and then he'll make just hilarious stuff. Anyways, the Chargers are actually in a pretty good spot right here. So I don't know what the Titans are going to do. They've not looked good at all, ever, for the last few weeks. And the Chargers have one of the best defenses in football, and they can run the football. So, go.
Game of the week. Stone Cold lead pipe block. Here it is. You ready?
Everybody
Let me
get
take
out.
you on a trip here. Here's what I did.
Okay.
I started looking up. I said, oh, these teams played. Oh, look, they played last year. Titans win in overtime. Oh, look, they played 2 years ago. Titans lost. Chargers won by 3. So we have a little history there. They're keeping the games close. So you see +7. Maybe I like the +7. Found a little system here. All right. Since 1989, week 10 or later, the over-under has to be more than 35 points.
Okay.
And you have to have a team that has a winning percentage less than their opponent. And that team that has a winning percentage less than their opponent can only have 1 win ATS on the season. If you have that situation, going back to 1989, those teams are 24-0. Titans cover tomorrow. 88% of the public's on the Chargers. If there's one game that I beg you to put on this, Titans +7.5.
Doing it. I can't argue those facts, and I think this is a rally the troops game. Will Levis is back. This is SoFi Mayo revenge. I'm absolutely on board with that. Okay. Here we go.
Birds.
Philly into the later late games. Philly 7.5-point favorite at Dallas. Cooper Rush game. Dallas, Micah Parsons is back. We gave a list of coaches that the Dallas Cowboys should hire once they fire McCarthy. Check that out on the last show. Dak Prescott to have season-ending surgery on his hamstring, convulsion fracture of the proximal hamstring, I believe. Done. Gone. CeeDee Lamb will play, I think. I don't know if Zeke's
AC
playing.
sprain, yeah.
Yeah, AC joints that's all right. That's tolerant. They'll shoot him up with some sort of cortisone injection and Toradol or Tramadol or whatever, and he'll be fine. See, maybe we'll get to see Mingo, the Cowboys' new addition.
They paid more for Mingo than they got back for Amari Cooper. You know that?
Yes, and something to do with Lance too, right? Didn't they give up something? They gave up less for Lance or more for Lance, something along those lines. I don't know. Anyways, Philly, hand the ball to Saquon. Jalen Hurts has asserted himself back into the MVP conversation. Sirianni won't shut his mouth about all kinds of nonsense in the press
He got to
conference.
get himself a fine this week talking sideways.
And Vic Fangio appears to have the defense rolling. But Cooper Rush won 5 out of his last 6. Your thoughts?
Knowing the look-ahead spot with the Commanders on Thursday Night Football on the road in Dallas, I had a situation come to me last week where I put some big money on the Eagles money line. They were 7.5-point favorite there as well against the Jags. Eagles money line, Jalen Hurts touchdown. We were beautiful at halftime. It was like 17-0, like 21. We're cruising. Then Sirianni started getting dumb, going for two-point conversions, not kicking field goals. They were like trying play action instead of the tush. But like, you can't trust them at this point. There's a trust issue, and maybe they use this game to get it right and prove that they're fine. I was looking for any angle I could find to say we're taking the Cowboys. And I like backup quarterbacks because they pound rock. Problem is we're talking about Rico Dowdle, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dalvin Cook. So can they even pound the rock at that point?
No.
Who knows? Now, the public is very much Eagles, 79%. But then I found my little angle here. Prior year playoff teams, so in this case, the Cowboys, on a 3-game losing streak, playing a team with a 3-game winning streak. And that team with a losing streak is a dog, 35-9-1 since 2022. Eagles probably win. I don't know that Dallas has the firepower. The Eagles had a weird injury report going on this week. We saw A.J. Brown dodged a significant injury. He practiced. He was good to go FP on Friday.
I didn't know that.
Jalen Hurts had a weird, is it rest? Is it his ankle? God knows what. I don't know. Devontae Smith, hamstring popped up after he played the whole game. Saquon Barkley was getting his rest in. They've got guards with but everyone's good to go. Everyone's good to go. But still, knowing how big the game is against the Commanders to potentially win the division, this feels like minimal effort. Get out of Dallas healthy and with a win, not covering the 7.5. So Cowboys here, I like in that position.
Not enough for the card, maybe.
I mean, I don't hate it for the card.
Speaking of the cards, that's another segment. There's chemistry happening right before your eyes, everyone. Jets, who won their Super Bowl again, their second Super Bowl of the year.
Tried not to.
Now
Cowley just dropping it at the one. Crowley,
yeah,
is that his name?
Yeah, Jacob. No. Oh, Malachi Corley.
Yeah,
I think he was the dude out of Western. Was he Western Kentucky? Smaller school. Cowing is the dude from the Niners, Jacob Cowing.
Oh, yeah. Can I tell you a story about that game?
Yes, please.
So these primetime games and the big spreads, I tried to move away from laying big spreads or not entirely trusting them. So I took the Jets, I took the under, I took Devontae Adams to score a touchdown. And in the moment when the guy dropped the ball, I was very upset with him. Later in the game, there was a situation where the Texans kicked a field goal, went through the uprights, flag on the play. The guy was lined up over the center, automatic first down. They kick another field goal on that drive. They doink it. So again, I'm really mad at this guy because I've been watching football. I know you don't line up over the center. I'm not a professional. These guys are professionals. They should know the rules. So I'm upset with him. So these two guys on the Jets are really just grinding my gears. Davante Adams gets concussed. He looks like he's out of the game until he's not. Comes back on the field on a 3rd and 2 when the Jets are just trying to milk the clock and be out of the game. They throw a bomb to Davante. He gets his touchdown. I'm hitting that part. Jets are going to win. Under. Oh, shoot. Now I look at the under and we're getting close. I'm worried about touchdowns. I'm worried about field goals. Texans get a situation where they're, double digit or 2 possession game. They go down the field and they do the old, hey, we're going to kick the field goal first and play field goal kick. Oh, we're under. So I look at the game after the fact and I realize that the guy I was mad at for dropping the ball at the goal line, that was 7 points. He's a hero. The guy that was over the center and cost him 3 points. He was a hero. I hit my bet because those 2 idiots that I was ripping for 2 hours prior. It was a Super Bowl for all of us. And Davante from the God. Here you go. Go catch a touchdown for Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That stupid field goal cost me a DraftKings contest.
Hate to see it.
Stupid field goal. If the double drink was good, would Trubisky be a legend?
He had one chance to ask the question and he had a typo.
Wow, the double drink, huh? I don't
double
know.
drink.
But I know the double doink.
Double drink are the Kelsey brothers.
Oh my gosh, I hate the Kelseys. Beating people up, throwing people's phones across the parking lots. It's not what America needs. Jets. 3rd Super Bowl of the year already. Aaron Rodgers. Greatest. He's the happiest dude alive when they win. When they lose, he's rolling his eyes at every camera he can find. And the Cardinals
playing a character.
Dude, that guy.
It's a bit.
That guy. I can't stand. He's insufferable, and I think he does it all on purpose, which I kind of respect him for. But at the same time, I really don't. I can't stand him. So, Cardinals leading the NFC West. I think 2 or 3 game winning streak, even amidst the Call of Duty. I don't know what to do with this game. I don't know why the Jets. I don't know why the Jets are favored.
Oh, the Jets are going to blow them out.
What?
Yeah, listen. So Alan Lazard's been hurt. He's been off the field. Garrett Wilson slid to the outside. Played 82% of snaps out wide. The Cardinals, 27th in catch rate and 21st in yards per target to the outside wide receivers. Garrett Wilson's going to eat tomorrow. Davante Adams has slid right into that slot. He's going to catch the touchdowns from the slot. Look for him to score again tomorrow. This Jets offense is building cohesion. We saw Garrett Wilson hand up. This is tricky play with Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of stuff you just have to know. You have to be reading his brain. Davante can slide right in. They got that little mind meld going on. He can work out for him. Garrett's getting there. Great talent. Just has to read Aaron's mind, and he'll be fine.
Ohio State
Jets.
Guy.
Oh, yeah, people forget. Speaking of Ohio State guys, the Cardinals have one, and you wouldn't know because they can't figure out how to scheme him up to save their lives. He'll be wide open, and Kyler can't get him the ball. I don't know how that's not the centerpiece of your offense at this point. He's a generational talent wide receiver. They figure that out. Maybe they'll be dangerous, but until then, we're not going to count on it. You look at the Jets schedule. They played the 3rd most difficult schedule of defenses. Arizona's 25th in pass defense efficiency. They're dead last in drop back success rate. Aaron's going to cook tomorrow and feel good doing it. Big stakes for the boys after the game. Jets roll them up.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's not where, dude, the other guys meme me right now. That's not where I thought that was going. Didn't expect that, did you? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Huh. Is that a lock or no? We have 2 more we have to fill out. Let's get to the next one, then we'll pick. Detroit, the Fighting Dan Campbells, just running roughshod over everybody right now, just blowing the doors off of people, Lambo leaping up in your kitchen, coming into your house, making sandwiches, kicking their shoes off, sitting on your couch, picking up your mic, your remote control, working your TV, ordering stuff on your Amazon, and then having it delivered to your house, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it. And then you've got the limping Texans who just lost to, who did they just lose to?
The Jets.
The Jets. That's right. CJ Stroud out there just running for his life. Nobody's healthy. They have nobody out there playing wide receiver. The offensive line.
Well, they do tomorrow.
Nico Collins reportedly supposed to be back. That would be huge. And I like the 3.5 of the Texans. tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm right.
Well, Texans are 40-15 against the spread of the last 55 games. Like you said, they're just absolutely rolling up teams. We thought maybe they go outdoors, it'll slow them down. It didn't. The grass is going to slow them down. It didn't. The elements didn't. The Packers kind of got in their own way, I feel like. The Lions didn't exactly stop the running game, yet Matt LaFleur abandoned it. So I don't think the Texans are going to abandon it. They got a good running back, Joe Mixon. They don't have Will Anderson on defense, which is a little bit concerning. They are 30th in explosive run rate allowed to the running backs. So Gibbs, Montgomery, they're going to be breaking off runs. It's not going to be comfortable to be on the Texans plus 3.5. But a lot of people are on the line. 74% of the public. Nico Collins is back. How many times have we mentioned a guy in their quarterback? We know Jalen Hurts out, AJ Brown, doo-doo. Without Higgins, Joe Burrow hasn't looked great. I mean, keep it on down the list. When you had
Matt
missing that,
Stafford looks awful without.
forget about
his
Matt
guy.
Stafford. He was so pedestrian for so long without Kupp and Nakua. Who else? There's another one, a big one we're missing here. Who's the other? Oh, I mean, Brock Purdy looks like Mr. Irrelevant without his guys.
I will not agree with that.
He's
still he's fourth in the league in passing yards, isn't he?
True, maybe. Pat Mahomes, he needed number one to get back right. Josh Allen's needed number one to look right again. It's been a down year for passing, but we know this offense can be electric when Nico Collins is in the lineup. CJ Stroud's waiting for him. The public loves him. I see why you like the Texans, and I support you taking the Texans.
I want to do it. I did it. I like the Texans in there. It's nice. Miami at the Rams. The fan in me, as I'm wearing this hat, needs the Rams to lose. Do we believe in the Dolphins? I hate the Rams.
Long-time listeners, watchers know that I love Tua and said that the Dolphins offense was never going to work in his absence because of how fast he's able to run play action and get the ball down the field to deep targets. Don't you know the Rams are dead last in EPA per attempt when teams use play action?
Whoa.
And they're way above average when teams don't use play action. When you only consider play action target the running back, the Rams are even worse. You need to zoom out on the chart to see how far they are on these charts. The Bills, Titans, best EPA per attempt with play action targeting wide receivers, so that you can see that's why the Dolphins struggled against those defenses. The Rams defense is predicated on pressure. They're 30th in yards per play allowed when they don't get pressure. Again, Tua quick gets the ball out. When quarterbacks get the ball out under 2.5 seconds, they're getting 7 yards per play against the Rams. Now the part of the day, Tyreek Hill, he showed up on an injury report today with a wrist. It's kind of like, is he going to be there? Is he not? He told fantasy owners to get excited when Tua was back. He has not yet popped off. I think that we're probably could build a ladder here, say over the 70-some yards that they put on DraftKings, get all the 80, 90, 100, make some yards there. This is the Rams' 12th game with Ron Torbert. They're 6-2 as favorites. And one of those 2 losses was the infamous Todd Gurley game where he could have scored and covered the number, but he took the knee at the one. A lot of people were upset with that. They're second in false starts and offensive holding penalties. So, the Rams are very disciplined in that sense. The Dolphins not so much. Could be an issue. Dolphins third in pre-snap penalties. And the Rams, of course, number 1 in automatic first downs. Ron Torbert calls a lot of pass interference.
Of course they're automatic. For just freaking Stafford, dude. That's all God does. Everywhere he goes. When the game's on the line, he's got the most fourth quarter and he's getting pass interference there, defensive holding that, right down the field. Bippity boppity boop. Freaking hocus
Crazy how
pocus.
similar he is to Mahomes. They get the penalties. They have that sexy sidearm going.
It's unbelievable. I can't stand it. So
I think this is another kitchen sink game. If the Dolphins don't do it here, what are they? Like, what do you do? If you got to blow it up? Is McDaniels out? Is Tua done? I mean,
again, a lot of this hinges on if the Chiefs beat the Broncos, then the Broncos are back to 5-5 or whatever. And then the Dolphins are sitting there at 3-6, 2 games back? If the Dolphins don't win this, they're done. If they do win it and the Broncos lose, which they probably will, then everybody who's sitting with 6 losses is sitting there just licking their chops like, we can catch the Broncos. I like the Dolphins.
I really hope Tyreek plays.
Should we do it? Should we do Dolphins?
Yeah.
I like it. That's the
There's a
fifth one. We
lot.
did it.
There's a lot of good teams that are on the bubble.
I
Like
love
the
it.
Bengals feel like they're going to be in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
The
I
Jets,
can't believe it.
RELAX, they'll figure a way. And Titans, forget about. Colts, forget about. Dolphins are there. They're sneaky. The Browns, dead. Jags,
Dead.
dead. Raiders, dead. Patriots, dead. Now who's in? Chargers, I don't know who falls out here, though. That's the problem. The Broncos are really it.
That's it.
Chargers choke against the Titans. They're 5-4, maybe.
Here, let me pull it up. There we go.
In the hunt. We haven't seen in
On
the hunt yet pop up on your 4 o'clock telecast.
It's just on the bubble. We're
That's
all
when you know it's
bubble
time to
right now.
buy those Christmas presents. When you see in the hunt pop up on your TV screen, you know Christmas around the corner.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
What's the NFC look
Bro-
like? Lions, Commanders, Falcons.
this
Oh
is
God,
a
someone
kitchen
has to
sink
win.
game for the Colts too. Like we mentioned that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you right now, the Bengals are not dead. I refuse to stop believing.
Kitchen sink game for the Bears. Kitchen sink game for the Niners. Kitchen sink game for the Rams. Hello, Jim.
Eh,
Bucks dead. Seahawks dead. Cowboys dead.
Wow,
Panthers dead. Saints dead.
we've got an absolute kitchen sink game for the Rams and the Dolphins. Wow.
If they lose, a 17% chance. If the Dolphins lose, a 2% chance. Some would say the stakes are a little bit bigger for the Dolphins, and for that
I would
reason,
agree.
hit the button.
I did hit the button. We're good. We're in there. Okay.
All right. So what do we have?
We have the Dolphins plus 2.5, the Texans plus 3.5, the Titans plus 7.5. This is the AFC South. Look at
Hungry
us.
dogs run faster.
The Niners minus
They're some
6.5,
favorites.
and then the Commanders minus 2.5.
If anything was going to come off, I'd say the Commanders. Are you interested in anything else?
I'm not sold on the Commanders, but I don't really have anything else that I really, really like.
Broncos.
The Jets. If you're that confident in the Jets,
Oh yeah, give me the Jets instead of the Commanders. Hell yeah,
I'll ride that with you. Let's
dilly
go.
dilly, baby.
I'll ride the Jets. We're leaving on a jet plane. Shout out Armageddon. Yeah, let's go Jets then. Forget the Commanders. Let's just enjoy that game. Let's enjoy the Commanders Steelers, and let's yell at Aaron Rodgers if the Jets suck. Now I can get behind that.
All right, so let's make sure we put this in now. Here, what do we have?
Mm-hmm.
We've got we'll go backwards here because I know it's the Dolphins. I know it's the
Oh my
Texans,
gosh, listen to this.
the Jets. What?
Dolphins, Jets, Texans, DJT. What does that stand for? That is a can't lose parlay if I.
That's it. We've been looking for this MAGA parlay for a month.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Stop it. I'm putting in a money line parlay now. Forget about the spread.
The DJT. What do we got? Titans.
Oh my God. 10 to win 80.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
And we don't need the MAGA parlay anymore. We got the DJT.
The DJT. What else? In the Tennessee? I don't know. Well, I'll have to workshop the Tennessee San Francisco, see how that fits in there somehow. 49ers and the Titans.
All right, back to business. Back to business.
Yep.
What's the real parlay here? Because I got to ride all 5 of my main man.
Dolphins.
Niners. We like that.
Yep. Niners.
Titans.
Jets. Texans. Dolphins. Heavy
Wait, was
AFC.
it Titans or was it Texans in the DJT?
Both of them. We have Titans and Texans.
But that's DJTT.
DJTT4. DJ
47? 45, 47, 49er. He's going to be the 49th president.
Oh my gosh. 49. Yes. There has to be. There's got to be a way. Yeah, but we're heavy on the AFC South, heavy on the AFC East. And okay. You like that? I shout out Kirk Cousins. You like that? Niners.
Do I want to put the Titans in there instead of the Texans or both?
Wait, we have them both, don't we?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out this 3-team underdog money line parlay.
Oh. DJT.
I really like the Titans, but I don't know if I like the moneyline Titans. I'm sick with this. Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered.
Niners, Titans plus 7.5. Jets minus 2.5.
Shout out to
Texans
our
plus
Rumble audience, most importantly.
Yes. Miami plus 2.5. And then we have to pick the passing yards by the Dolphins and the Rams. This might be 600.
Oh, man. I don't know where the defense is coming from. What are the lines looking like? 250, 246, so well over 500. How do we spin this here?
I would say close to 600. I don't know. The Dolphins, didn't Josh Allen just torch the Dolphins? And we know.
Yeah, but Josh Allen didn't torch them. Josh Allen dink and dunked, and the guy ran really fast down the sideline. I told you already. It was.
Oh, that was Ray Davis. You're right. He was cooking.
It was 2.2 yards per attempt. Hey,
idiot.
533. Go with it.
Let's do it. I'll do 534 though, just in case.
Now, what's the logic there?
Because his favorite number is 33, mine's 34, and I refuse to put his number on there.
Bryce Harper used to be 34. People forget.
That's why he's number the BMO 33.
Cliff Lee was 33. Pissed excellence. People forget.
There you go. There it is.
Have you read the terms and conditions?
Yes.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next
I'm
week,
not going to go over the details because it'll bore you.
Human centipedes.
That's it. We're clicking the button. Once again, Dolphins, Texans, Jets, Titans, Niners.
Boop, boop, boop. Hit the button.
Boom.
Wish it made a sound.
Confirm. There we go. 5-0 for the first time this year. That's what it's about. The DJT. I have nothing else. Do you have anything else?
Here's a list of guys that didn't score last week that typically score, and you should probably put in a parlay. David Montgomery, he scores every freaking week. That streak ended last week. He'll score tomorrow. Kyron Williams, he scores every week. Put him in there. Justin Jefferson, he scores every week too. Didn't get it last week. They'll probably first drive, scheme it up. That's what I did with Chase. I knew Chase was going to score on Thursday. I didn't know he was going to score 3 times.
He did score.
And I did have the MAGA parlay going with Mixon, Shane, Gibbs, and then maybe Allen, but then he doesn't run a lot, and then it's a lot of zone. So how do you run against zone in the red zone? And love it. Maybe the Allen on the Jets. Mark Andrews, I had in a perfect world, Gesicki and Andrews hit on Thursday, and we're just adding 2 pieces. But we got the DJT, so we don't need that anymore. Forget about it. Montgomery, Williams, Jefferson, that's it. Ray Davis, one of the boys, anytime touchdowns. Ooh.
Yeah, Ray Davis is good. He's good, man. That guy's good. So, all right. What was the anytime touchdown score parlay?
David Montgomery, Kyron Williams, Justin Jefferson.
Ooh, okay.
Jay Jettis.
If you want any more information or any more nonsense, we're going to be back on a full schedule this coming week. We were traveling and I was exhausted. I'm not used to all that anymore. So staying up late, traveling, watching football, had a blast. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the week 10, 5-0. Go ahead and lock it in. Don't forget about it. Watch it. See you later. Good luck tomorrow.